Okay, today we plan to use a Exponentiator, and for those of you new to this series, this is a game about just making numbers and using basic maths operations to make them bigger and bigger. So currently we have a few upgrades that we need to do. Okay, and we have to make these numbers that are coming up in this upgrades list. And right now I did some research offline, and I'm going to be working on making 3656, and I'm going to be using the Exponentiator to upgrade my things. So for this, we're going to be using a 2, 9, 7, and 8. Hopefully I did my math right when I figured this out. But we need to find a location with the 2, 9, 7, and 8 near each other. And we can do something over here, I think, potentially. So we got a 9, 7, and an 8 right here. We just need a 2, which we can get from here. So the way this is going to work is, first things first, we need to make 512. And for those of you who are math inclined, you might recognize this number as a power of 2, as a number that can be made from taking 2 to the power of something. So what we're going to first do is we're going to set up this exponentiator on over here. So we're gonna make quite a few of these. So we're just gonna stack them next to each other like this. And the way we're gonna just design this is go like this. I think I might want to extend it out a little bit more. And let's look at the speed of the exponentiator. So it does 0.3 per second. So we probably want double the exponentiators compared to other items. So we're just gonna first cut this. We're gonna cut this and extend out even more because I don't like the placement. Like, it's a bit too close. So it's like this. And then we're gonna extend the last one out, and yeah, I think this is good. So now if we copy this design, we don't want to copy it all, we just want to copy up to here, I think. Up to here. So let's just copy the design, and then yeah, we get something that looks like this. So we have our exponentiator, we have 16 exponentiators, and they're all taking, and they're getting fed 2's in the A. So we're taking 2 to the power of another number, and we're just going to demolish this end bit over here. So it's like that. Now we need to bring in 9. So 2 to the power of 9 equals 512. So we're just going to drag it across the bottom like this. And we're going to feed in the 9's. So now the output of this should be 512. Let's just make sure once that's done. Okay, so we got a bunch of 9's coming out. Okay, I'm just lining these all up. So it's 2 to the power of 9, 2 to the power of 9, 2 to the power of 9, 2 to the power of 9. Yeah, and we got 512 like we should. So now let's just get outputs. I could probably copy and paste, but we're locked in now. We're just adding all these up. So now we got 512. Perfect. Okay, so now we have 512 and they're all connected together. So now what we need to do is multiply this by 7. And that will give us 3584. And that's quite close to our target number 3656. So now we need to get a multiplication machine, which we have one down here somewhere. I think here? Wait, where? Here. We do have one here, but I don't know if this is the nice one. There's one really nice one that we use. I think this is it. Yeah, this might be the nice one we always use. It looks familiar. Okay, so now we got a multiplication machine, and let's take it up to where the 2's are. Oh, I'm getting kind of lost. Here they are. Okay, so we have the 2's. And we have one set coming in from, we could just add it onto the end like this, I think, and it should be fine. Perfect. And into here we want the 7s running in. So let's just drag them in right here, and boom. Okay, so that now should output us 3584, 3584. And now we want to take the same multiplication machine. Okay, so one thing though, is it working correctly? I just want to see the numbers come out of all of them. Okay, that's positive. That looks positive. 3584, 3584, 3584, 3584, and yeah, okay, so there's 3584 coming out, all of them. Now we want another multiplication machine. Oh, but we want to feed these into an adder potentially, so we'll come back to this. Probably shouldn't delete that part, but actually extend that part out again. And we're gonna copy and paste this whole little setup here again. Yep, take that. And we want to do this with the 7 and 8 now. So we can stick this right here potentially. Have 2 lines of 7s. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll stick it right here. And we'll have the 8s come around in to here. And we'll have another row of the 7s come along straight into here. And these can be fed out this way. So now after this, we just now need to add these 2 numbers together. So let's get an adder. Do I want the adder on top of the multiplication machine? Yeah, we'll just make a new set. So how we're gonna do it is going to be a bit like this. So we're gonna demolish this whole row right here, and it's just going to be a belt coming straight into an adder in the A slot. So it's like this, and then we were just gonna repeat this setup a couple of times and just copy and paste this all over. So let's just copy and paste it now. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we got those working, and now this output of 56s, they just come out. Oh, with one low, but they just come out into the B slots. And when we fill those in, we get a nice number. Wait, 3640. Did I mess up my math? Oh no. We need 3656. 3656. Oh wait, it's not 7 times 8. I'm dumb. Okay, wait. Okay, demolish this. It's not, it's 8 times 9. So all we need, actually, let me get rid of this all. We need the 9 coming out instead. That was my mistake. I knew. Okay, so first things first, let's clear all these numbers. We'll clear them up to here. We'll clear all of this. Okay, so no 7 should be coming out anymore. And if we just feed a 9 into it instead. Oh wait, is that the way we feed it in? I don't think that's right. Yeah, that's not right. I think we feed it in from the top. So let's just reline this, drag it across, and feed the 9 in, and connect it all up again. We should now be getting the right number that we want. Oh, and we got another upgrade. So our belts can move faster now. Nice. We got 72s coming in, and we have 3656. Perfect. So a bit of a mess up, but nothing we can't fix. Okay, so let's, okay, if we go down directly, we can't do that. So let's go right down to here. Or let's go right down to here and then just add it in. Oh, wait, whoops. Let's go one higher. Demolish. And feed this straight through to the big cube. Okay, let's just take a look at it going. Yeah, okay, they're getting sent through. That's nice. What's causing this hold up? It's quite slow. Oh, we only have one assigned to the end. Okay, let's fix that up real quick. Get a few of these going. Okay. Yeah, the row is looking pretty stacked. We'll let it like catch up, like clear its backlog and see how fast they're going. But if we have every slot filled, that's positive. Because that means we're like running at like over max efficiency. But from what it looks like, there's going to be some holdups actually eventually. Like we might need some more multipliers if we do want max efficiency. But so far, so good. You know what? I'm not complaining. I don't mind this. Okay. So let's look at the next numbers we have to make. Okay, so we got 5129, which is kind of crazy. We're doing 3656 right now. That's getting done. As you guys can see, we got 2677. That's a bit insane. 423. Okay, let's do 423. That should be relatively nothing crazy, right? 423. How are we going to do 423? 423, is that a cube number? I don't think it is. 423, no. I don't, what can we divide 423 by? We can divide it by 9, I think. 9 and 47. Okay, so it's 9 times 47. So we need to make 47 somehow. 7 times 7 minus 2, there's that. 7 times 7 minus 2 is pretty good. But, what else could we do? See, our subtractor is quite slow, so I don't really want to use the subtractor when we do it. So maybe 9 times 5 gives us 45 plus 2, then times by 9 again. Yeah, so that way we only use a 9, 5, and a 2. Yeah, we'll do that. So 423, we need to find a 9, a 5, and a 2 somewhere. We got a 9, we got a 5, we can use this 2. Okay, that's perfect. And these, the way these are coming down, it's looking like there's a few gaps. So we could make this more efficient by adding like more multiplications down here and then maybe even more adders down here. Like the multiplication is looking kind of stacked. The holdup's coming from these. So maybe adding more of these potentially, which wouldn't be too difficult to do, to be honest, because we could just slot them along this little area, but we'll let it go for now. I think it's all right. Okay, but anyways, back to what we were working on. 9, 5, and a 2. So let's put, where was the 9 that we saw? 9, 5, and yeah, 9, 5 here. So first we need to multiply these together. So we're going to take our multiplication machine that we have right here. You know what, I might make a new one actually, like a bigger one, so just to get this all going better. So let's make a new bigger one, so we have like 10 of these multiplications, or 12. We'll go for 12. We were doing 8 before, we'll stick to multiples of 4. So we're gonna have this bit along the top doing the A's. Okay, like that. And then this just sticks out to here, I guess. I'm not too sure about why I did this stick out, but I think we're gonna need it. And then, yeah, so we got 4, we got 12. Okay, so now we got 12 sets of 5s. We got 12 5s going into the multiplication machine. So now, these come along here and go straight into the B slot. And let's demolish this little end bit, and we're just going to demolish these little ugly bits. just to make it looking really clean. Just to make it look really clean. Oh, I can't speak. Okay, so these go along the top right here into this slot, and then we're gonna make this one that takes addition straight away too. Okay, so all of these go into the B sections. Oh crap, I messed that one up. Let me fix that. So we're just gonna do this, do that. Okay, all of these are going to the B sections. And I just want to tidy this up a little bit. Clear these and just make it look something like this. So it's as compact as we can. Okay, so now these are all just going to jot out the 45. So we'll do 4 of those. And they're going to go straight into an adder. So let's stack those adders. Okay, nice. And we're going to just copy this all over. And just paste. And paste. Okay, so now we got 12 of those adders. And now we're just going to connect up the 2s, and this makes our 47. And then we just need times it by 9, and we should get 423. And we're going to make these adders feed directly into the multiplier as well. Can we do that? Yeah, we should be able to do that. Oh, and our big cube just upgraded, so we need to check on that in a second. So let's just finish this machine up. Okay, so, and we're just going to copy and paste these in again. So copy. I really do like this copy and paste tool. This game is like, I think it'd start to get a bit tedious without it. Okay, and then these are going to be some new 9s coming in. So we're just going to drag them around. And just fit that right through. Wait, what's going on here? Why are these not? Oh, I see. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. Demolish. Okay, we need to fix this. This goes like this goes like this. There we are. Okay, so we're gonna have a few useless numbers coming in, but I fixed that problem, so it shouldn't be nothing too crazy. And here we are. This is quite a compact and nice little setup we got going here on here. And this makes the 423 that we need. Perfect. So now we just add these, like the outputs up. Okay, all done. Okay, we got a multiple. Okay, so now I need to find the place where this goes into. So what numbers are we creating that we don't need? We're creating quite a few numbers that we don't need. Okay, so 973 we don't need anymore. So I'm just gonna destroy this path that it's taking. Okay, let's destroy it up to here because I'm gonna need to reconnect it up. And you know what, let's just destroy a little bit further all the way down here, and I'll leave it just in case we need the 973 for some future reasons, but we're going to take that path. Okay, so now this goes straight down, slots right in there, and out we go. So now we got 423 being made. Quite an easy number, nothing too crazy about it, but I do like this little compact setup I got going on. And I just want to make sure, like, from what it looks like, it's fully flowing too. Like 12, like obviously there's a bit of backlog that's clearing, so it will flow. But let's just see if it, like, there's no, like, we're not waiting for any 9s, we're not waiting for any 2s, we're not waiting for 5s. You know, they're just going. The belt is fully stacked. Like, I think 12 is what we go for now with the output speed we got, and like how fast our belt moves. Because look, again, this is just 4. And we do want it full. Like, we don't want any gaps in our trail. Okay? Anyways, let's look at the next set of numbers that we need to make. Okay, so 423, that one was just an easy, quick one. Oh wait, our cube leveled up. Let's see, what number do we need to make? We need to make 1111. Okay, I know that's just 101 times 11. So we need to make 101, and then, you know, obviously multiply by 11. 101 we can make using... We could do 9 times 11 at 2. 9 times 11 at 2, then we need to multiply it by 11 again. Yeah, no, I think that's the best way to make 101. Right, and to be honest, we could use this whole machine again, because all we're changing would be we're doing 9 times 11 first, we're adding 2 again, and then we're multiplying it by 11 now. So yeah, okay, we could just copy this whole machine, but we just need to find the location for it now. Okay, so we got an 11 here. We need to find somewhere where there's a 9, 11, and a 2. Also, we need to find a new entry point because this is getting full. Where's the 9, 11, and a 2? Oh, it's quite a predicament. Okay, we have an 11 and a 9 and a 2. Okay, 9, 11, and 2. There we are. Okay, let's just put the 11 down, we'll put the 9 down, and we'll put the 2 down. Okay, so we can just copy this whole setup down here. So if I do copy this, I just want all the input and output points. Let's copy this and paste it down right here. So we need the 9 and 11 coming in first. See, this is where I wish I could flip it, actually, if I do this a little bit, but it's not the worst that I can't. This might be a bit easier and cleaner if I could. But I could readjust this to make it work in this situation, actually. But anyways, so we need... the 9 comes in here. The 11 comes in here. So we got 9 times 11 going. Then the 2 plugs in up here. And then, so now instead of it going this way, okay, so these will go out into the B slot. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just drag this down and in and drag it all the way across like that. And that should have the 11s going into the B slot. And if I did this correctly, we should get 1, 1, 1, 1. Perfect, perfect. Now we need to find that input. Where's this gonna go in? What numbers are we creating that are useless? 224. And I see 224 right there. We're gonna get rid of this 224. We do not need you anymore. Okay? And you know what? I just want to make this a bit cleaner. Whoops, I did not mean to delete that. I guess I can just delete these two, to be fair. They're not coming from anywhere anymore. And this 224 can go. How is it even being made? Oh, it's taking up 14 and 224, but 14 looks like it's getting stuck. Is this whole section a bit useless now? Probably. Like, do we even need 14? I don't think we do for anything. Do we need 14? Yeah, this whole section's a bit useless. I can just clean it up, I guess. Yeah, and then before I do need it somewhere else. But we'll come back to it. We might have some use for some of the machines that have been created there. But anyways, okay, what we want to do, I think, is try and connect up with this line. Yeah, we'll connect up this way. So it comes up right next to it, and then just goes down with it. And just instead, it goes a bit outside, so it can line straight into here. And we should have... a bunch of 111s. And let me just be a bit OCD. And now we have a bunch of 111s that hopefully should never leave a gap going through. Like, again, it's better to be overproducing than underproducing, which I haven't really been taking into account before. But now we are. Okay, on to the next set of numbers. What numbers do we want to make now? Let's see. An upgrade we have. Okay, hit another upgrade while we were talking. Oh, there's so many numbers. Oh my god. Okay. 2677. I think is our next challenge. How are we gonna do 2677? Now, we could. Okay, let's think about this. 2677 is that, what can it be divided by? I don't know if it can be divided easily. 2677, it can't be divided by 13, it can't be divided by 11, it can't be divided by 7, it can't be divided by 3 either, or 5, or 2. So, like, we can't multiply a number to get there. We have to do some addition or something. So how can we get really big really quickly? Maybe using the exponentiator? Let's think about this. Our biggest number that we have is 14. What's 14 to the power of 3? Let's see, does that get us any close? 14 to the power of 3 is 2744. And we're a bit over, so we would need to subtract. So maybe let's do 13 times 3. Or 13 to the power of 3, that's 2197. 2677 minus 2197. 2677 minus 2197 is 480. We can make 480 quite easily and just add it. So like 13 to the power of 3. Yeah, that would be good. We can also do 248 plus 2048. Wait, we could do, yeah, let's stick to this though. 13 to the power of 3 equals 2197. Then add 480 and we get it. And to make 480, we could do 480 divided by 5 is 96. 96 is just 8 times 12. So we could do 8 times 12 times 5 to get 480, and then on the side do 13 to the power of 3. So, and then we just add them together. So that makes it like a couple step solution. Yeah. So it's 1 exponentiator, 2 multiplications, and an add. It makes it a 4-step solution. But we need a 13, 3, 8, 12, and 5. Okay, that's quite a big ask to find these numbers near each other. First, let's look for the 13. We need a 13 somewhere. Where the hell are we gonna find this 13? We got 13 here. We got an 8. We got a 12. We just need a 3 and we got a 3. We just need a 5. 5. Okay, we'll build here. Okay, 13. 3. 12. 8. And is there better 5? 5? I think this 5 might be a bit better. Yeah. Because I don't want it too close to this other machine down here. So first we need all the exponentiators. I'm going to use this exponentiator setup that we have down here, where we got a bunch of them. Okay, bring that over. And let's rotate this around. There might be an easier way of doing this, but like, I want to use the exponentiators, so I might be going a bit of the longer route. But it is what it is. Like, you know, this game's what you make of it, and I think it's pretty fun. That's what I make of it. Okay, so you want to kind of just, again, this is the times where the flip option would be nice, but it's not too big of a deal. because we can just take the 3 and you put it down along here. So now all the 3s are going to get exponentiated, and we'll add this to the top of it. So now we should have a whole bunch of whatever values that we need. This, yeah, 2197, perfect. Okay, I could potentially add more to the rows of exponentiators, like another set of 8, but we'll just leave it how it is. And they're going to be potentially hitting an upgrade soon, so yeah, we will leave it how it is. Okay, so we got those. Now I need 12 times 8 times 5, so I need 2 multiplicators stacked on top of each other, which I think we'll create a new set of them. Like, I just want to create some like cleaner outputs. And okay, so we'll set up like this, do something like this. So these will be the final ones, and these will be the ones that come before it. Yeah, we're gonna do a really like clean and bunched up the design. So first things first, we need 12 times 8 times 5. So let's do 12 times 8 first. So bring the 8 along the top here, and it will go into the B slot. Okay, like that. And then these will output into the B slot of the next option. Okay, perfect. So now we're just gonna copy this setup a few times. Okay, so we'll copy it from here and do this. So they just go next to, and they go next to. So we got 12 of these. Now we're gonna bring the 12 in we'll bring it in from the same angle. So these will go in the A slot. Yep, we're just lining it all up. Easy. And this should make 96. And we can just destroy this little end bit and destroy this little bit over here. Destroy that too. Make it look fully neat. And they are making 96, perfect. So now we then have this 5 that comes down and hugs the end and goes right into the A slot over here. Okay, so we have a multiplicator on top of a multiplicator, and we got a nice little design for it. And this should hopefully output the 480 we were looking for. Okay, they're still on the way. And then this gets fed into an adder. Yes, it did output the 480 we were looking for. Perfect. We'll just set up a couple of these and start copying and pasting. Okay, and these will come in and just do this. And we'll demolish this little line. Wait, I wanted to demolish this little bit over here and make it look a bit cleaner. Okay, and these go in, these go in, these go in. And let's just extend it a little bit. So it'll be like something like this maybe, I don't know. We'll copy these over. And then we'll just paste on top like this. And paste, oh wait, crap, did I mess it up? No, I didn't. I did not mess it up, I don't think. Maybe I did. Oh no, did I mess it up? I don't think I did, but we'll see. I'm not feeling as confident, but you will see. Maybe I'm just worrying for no reason. Let's see the outputs, 2677. And is that the number we have to make? Let me make sure. It'd be bad if I made the, okay, yeah, 2677, perfect. So now these all just get outputs of their little 2677s. Probably should have done this bit first and copied it over, but it's all good. And there we are. We got 2677 being made. I think genuinely that's the easiest way we can do it too. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, and I would be happy to be corrected. But I don't think you're gonna get an easier way. And we don't need, we can just fit in right here because we don't need 871s anymore. So let's just get rid of those. 871. Those can all go. Where are they coming from? Let's go investigate. A lot of this side of the thing is a bit useless down here. It used to be everything was going on down here, but now it's all a bit rubbish. Oh, we had a whole contraption over here for 871s uniquely. We'll keep the contraption because we might need it, but okay, now we just need to output all of these down and across straight into the bottom of the cube. How easy. Let's just see him go. Nice. Okay, and hopefully they should be constantly running. There might be some hold up over here potentially, because they're not, these aren't constantly running, so it might end up delaying, like causing a bit of a gap, but we'll see how that goes. And hopefully, like, I'll get an upgrade on my Exponentiator soon, so that might help with the gap being created. Okay, so, oh god, okay, now we're on to some bigger numbers. We're already on big numbers, but we have to make 5129, 7443, and 5530, and 7034. I was just stretching there for a little bit. Okay, and we're halfway through till the next level. And we did unlock 14s as well, so maybe having 14s might, you know, help us out a little bit. Okay, so what number are we trying to work on first? Okay, I think I'll work on the 5129. Yeah, 5129. So how are we gonna make 5129? That's quite the predicament. 5129. What can 5129 even be divided by? Can it be divided by 13? No. Can it be divided by 11? No. Can it be divided by 9? No. It can be divided by... It can't be divided by anything, I think, like that we have unlocked, like base-wise. Which is kind of annoying. So we're gonna need to add a number. So we're gonna need to get really large somehow, and then add a number on top. So maybe if we did, what number can get us close to 5,000-ish by like cubing or squaring? 14 cubed was only 2744, which we could then multiply. Nah, that's not right. That will get us over. If we did 13 cubed again, we get 2197, which if we then times that by 2, we get 4394. 4394. 4394, and then if we subtracted that from the 5129, we need to make 735. And is 735 easy to make? 735. We're going to be doing a lot of multiplications. I think there might be an easier way potentially. Instead of 13 cubed, how about 12 cubed times 3? that 12 cube times 3 takes us to 5184, which is quite close. We then just need minus 55. We could do 12 to the power of 3 times it by 3 minus 5 times 11. And we could get to use the subtractor that we rarely ever use it. I think this is quite a good way to make it. Yeah, 12 to the power of 3 times 3 minus 55 gives us 5129. Yeah, so let me just double check my math on that with the calculator. Yeah, okay, my math is right. Okay, let's... So we need to find 12, 3, 5, and 11. We need 12, 3, 5, and 11. And you know what? I do want to clear out. I do want to do some housekeeping on the space a little bit. We're going to clear out we're going to clear out this rubbish. If I need some of the tools, I'll remake them. Okay, that's all gone. And we're going to clear out this rubbish over here. Okay. Let's go locate a 12 and a 3 somewhere. 12 and a 3. We got 12. We got a couple of 12s around here. Maybe somewhere on this side? Yeah, okay. We got a 12 and a 3. And then we just need an 11 and a 5 somewhere else. But those can be somewhere else, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we just want a group of multipliers. And these. We want to copy our like little setup here. And rotate it. And just put it down here. See, this is where I wish I could flip it, but we can't, sadly. Okay. So where's our 11 and 5 gonna come from? We have 5 up here, but let's get this sorted first. So the 3s will come into the 3s, we want them into the B slot, so these can come up like this. And then the 12s can just go straight down and in. And that should make us a really large number that we can then multiply by 3. So now we need a multiplicator. Which multiplicator can we take? Yeah, we just need a single multiplicator. But I want a big one actually though, like one with 12 of them. Yeah, like this little setup here. We'll just, oh, but this feeds into something. And these will, like, we'll create a, to be fair, we do want it to feed into subtractors. So we'll create a new set. We'll create a new set down here. All the multiplicators we're using are feeding into something. Okay, we'll just move it one down and drag it in if need be. But okay, we got 4 multiplicators that I will feed right here, and these can be fed into the B slot, right? And then we can take the 3s and drag them all up and feed these into the A slot, and then they will then be fed into some subtractors. And we're going to be subtracting 55 from it, so maybe we want the layout to be something like this. Yeah. I think this is a good, nice little layout. And then the numbers will be coming in from like here in like that. And then we can just copy this setup and get it working. Hopefully, across the board. Okay. And if we just extend this a bit out and okay, and we also want the outputs. to be existing on these, so I don't have to create them later. Okay, I think we got a nice little layout that we can copy here. Hopefully. Maybe want to extend this out and extend these out and then copy the layout and see how it looks. I really hope I'm cooking here. I hope I am. Okay, they all connect up nicely, I think. And they all connect up nicely. Okay. Now I just need to feed the 5 times 11 from somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna find them. Oh wait, okay, I found them. 5 down here. 11 over here. And with this part, we just need to get a normal... We'll make a normal multiplication machine with 12, so we have that ready. Yeah. If we ever need it in the future. And we'll just create like, or down here, real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll do one of these ones where it goes straight. I actually like when the design's like a bit to the side, when it's coming in from the side, because it just feels a bit pluggy and playy. I don't know if that's a real word, pluggy and playy, but deal with it. Okay, and then the 5, they can come in right from here. See, I would want the 5 to come in from the other side this time. So, but we'll just copy and paste this over. 1, 2. And then we have the 5 coming from around. And we want to demolish these, because that's not good. And then these 5s can just come in like this. And we'll demolish these 2 and then add the belt back in. And here we go. We have a bunch of multipliers creating 55s. Let's extend those. Yep, nice. Here we are. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. And then drag these to connect. And then feed these up. Up. Oh, perfect. I didn't even plan that. And then all of these connect together. And hopefully, oh, we got another upgrade. Nice. We'll try and make some 40 next. But hopefully all of these should make 5129. Let's just see. Perfect. I'm so happy about this, genuinely. Okay, we need to figure out a way we can fit this in now to this. We're making 89s. I know for a fact we don't need 89s. Get rid of them. Oh, we also gotta make 2352. Okay, well, let's get rid of these 89s that we absolutely do not need. Oh, it's whatever's going on down here. Okay. Do we need this contraption? We probably don't. Let's just wipe it. We just got some 8s being made. We definitely don't need this contraption if we're making 8. Like, we've had 8 unlocked for ages now. Okay, can this... Okay, it would have been a bit too much if it fit perfectly. But it's alright, because we can just... There we are. Okay, perfect for this one. Okay, so now we can either focus on making 740 or 2352. And then we unlock a storage. It would be nice to start the next vid with a storage available. Be interesting. So I'm gonna make the 2352. 2352. And a 2352 is actually pretty easy, I feel. Because 2352. If we divide it by 14, we get 168. And 168 is just 12 times 14. So we can either do we could just do 14 times 14 times 12. And we can even use the exponentiator or just do multiplication with itself. And I feel like let's just do the multiplication with itself. So we just need to find 14 and 12. This, you know what? They have a pretty easy one here. But are we gonna even? Here's 14. Here's 12. Okay. So I can either use two multiplications added on each other, or I can use a self multiplier. I want to make a new bigger self multiplier, so maybe we do that. And we'll make this one 12 big. So, okay, first things first. Let's delete this. Okay. So we're gonna make a new self multiplication machine. Into, okay, there's 3. Wait, am I dumb? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh? There's 7 here. Okay. So 1 self multiplication, 2 self multiplication, 3 self multiplication, 4 self multiplication, 5 self multiplication, and 6. Okay, we got a self multiplication machine made. And let's just copy it and paste another one in. There we are. 2 self multiplication machines. Like ease. Okay. And we're gonna feed these into a real, like a normal multiplication machine. Okay. So multiplication machine into multiplication machine. So we're just gonna do this. Okay, so all of those go into A. And then we're gonna bring the 12 in from up here. And this is just gonna skirt around down to here, connect up. Let's just connect all this up. And go along, and then we're just gonna copy this all over. If we do this and we line up nicely, we get that going, and then we line up nicely, we get that going. Okay, and this should be our target, which again, really easy. 2352. Was that it? 2352. Perfect. Okay, we just get our outputs. Yeah, this was this was light work. Okay. Most of the main targets are quite easy, to be honest. But now, the hard part, finding how we're gonna fit this in. Do we need 496? I don't think we do. We don't. Okay, we can get rid of this 496. However, this is being fed into our system. Okay. Oh, it's one of these little subtract, the few times you use the subtractor. Okay. 496, done. And where did I build this machine? Right here. Okay. So now we probably want to take it down. It cuts. Ooh, we can't have it cut through there. Gonna mess up some other machine if we just extend it a little bit. Extend it by 1 and now take it down. Yep, we just cut across. And we go straight in. Perfect. Okay, now we have the 2352s being fed. And okay, what else do we need? 740. 740 is feels quite easy. 740, what's the easiest way? So obviously, okay, 740 can be divided by 5. 740 divided by 5 is 148. 148 divided by 148 divided by, what can we divide it by? We can't divide it by 8, we can't divide it by 12, we can divide it by 4, we get 37. So 4 times 5 to get 20. So 740 divided by 20 is 37. And how do we make 37? How do we make 37? That's a bit of a tricky one. We could do 12 times 3 plus 1. 12 times 3 plus 1, yeah. But I think, okay, we need a 12. You know what? We will save that for the next episode. If you guys did enjoy my Beltmatic gameplay, please like and subscribe. It really does help out a lot, like, trust me. And leave a comment if you can make the 740 easier than me, because it does feel a bit complicated. Or if you can make any of these numbers better than what I've already done, or what I'm going to build, like the fastest ways. And these are the numbers I'm looking to build. The 5129 already have going, but 7443, that seems like hell. 5530, 5530 also seems really difficult. 7034 and 740, which doesn't, I don't think it'll be too bad, to be honest. But if you can help make any of these numbers, please do let me know and do help. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.